Well, hello there. Coming at you again from scenic my bed. Just because I can never figure out which way I should hold the phone as far as which end the camera should be on, because it doesn't seem to matter which way I hold it. I'm always going to end up looking at the screen. So today was nice. Nice and chill, nice and dreary. Valentine's Day. Chill out, Vin. He's going at it back there. Got a little bit of a cough, but I don't feel bad. I just have a cough. I mean, I've had one for a bit now. Seasonal allergies and all that wonderful, wonderful stuff. It's been so wet and rainy lately that a lot of our yard is just kind of holding water, which you know, doesn't sound as much like, we live on a hill though. I just gave up on the thought before that. It doesn't sound like that big of a deal, and it's not. It's just rare that we have that much rain all at once that we manage to hold some, because everything tends to run down the hill. So yeah, I bring it up because I notice it a lot, because where my chair is, I sit out and look at like the one kind of low spot in the front yard, and the standard puddling has officially spread good and beyond that. Like, instead of just the one spot that seems to hold water, pretty much the whole sort of ditch on our side of the road is at least moist. Sorry, there's a bump on my thumb that I'm just noticing. Anyway, I'm just kind of noticed. I get caught up in the weirdest things, because I was just kind of noticing the texture of my hand. I don't know why. It just like, that's cool. My hands are starting to look like they've seen some shit. And I guess they have. Not my left one though, I don't know why. No, pick them. I spent most of the day playing Phantasy Star Online again. Still fun, still having a good time. Really getting into the class now. Like, I'm settling in. I learned a new little trick today that's really cool. I'm fairly cycling through the weapons and some standings, and it's like, I figured I'd always be on the gun because I was used to ranged, but I fell in love with the katana. And I go back between those two, still not really using the rod, but like, I've made myself use it a bit today, and I understand the fundamentals, and I'm hopefully, like, I've gotten a better one now that's primed to my dex stat and not my tech stat. And so maybe it'll pack a little bit more of a punch, and I'll use it more often, because honestly, it's mostly the damage that keeps me away from it. And they're not, I keep wanting to make them a ranged weapon, even though they're very much not. Although they'd probably be more of one if I used the actual techniques, which is magic attacks, instead of just the arts on it, which are the weapon specific things. So I'll probably have to play around with that a little bit more. Yeah, still enjoying it. Did a solid little chunk of story, did a decent little chunk of grinding. Just fun. I got up too early today. I've been overcommitting on getting out of bed, and it's had the opposite effect, honestly, because I get up and, like, I can't get both of my eyes to focus at the same time. Like, and it's interesting because it's my right eye that I can't get to focus, but it's the stronger eye. Like, out of the two of mine, my left is definitely worse in vision. And so, well, I mean, maybe it's, I guess, I assume that makes it the weaker eye, but it's like, that one I can keep focused. But I'll just be sitting there like, I'll have to like do that even when like even when they're not closed. I'll have to like cartoonishly open my eyes just to get them both to focus. And today I just, I got up, I took a shower, I sat in my chair for about an hour, and then I just gave up, and I came back to bed and laid here for 2 hours and kind of slept. And it's odd too, because the last few days I've been waking up like right before my alarm would start going off. And the way my alarm's set up, it starts planning to go off. Like, I've got it set in a 45-minute window, which I'm gonna keep, but I'll probably turn up the snooze time. I think it's only 5 minutes right now, and see how that works. Because usually when I wake up, I lay in the bed for a while and just mess around on my phone. But because I've been kind of making myself get up without doing that, because if I do it, I fall back asleep, and I don't want to have to reset my alarm, and I don't want to sleep, and all that mess. I've just been forcing myself to get up. And like I said, I think it's having the opposite effect. So I bumped my alarm back 30 minutes, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to set the snooze time a little bit wider so that I get, I learned a long time ago that I can trick my body into thinking I've had more sleep than I have by actually waking myself up a little early and letting myself go back to sleep, even, if it's just for like, even if it's just for like 5 minutes that I get to lay there and say, haha, I got more sleep. And it works. It just works. And that's all I really got today, honestly. Just a slow Valentine's Day. I do regret that yesterday I had to make the joke in the description because I forgot that yesterday was day 91, if I'm not mistaken. And I didn't get to make the joke that the 90-day warranty was out because I was too mad about what happened in the Senate. I want to touch on that for just a second because I didn't pay enough attention yesterday, but like later on I saw a story about Mitch McConnell's closing statements, and he may have made those today, I don't know. Saying something along the lines with, he hasn't gotten away with anything yet, we can still pursue him criminally. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, but no, you let him get away with this crap twice. And I'm holding Mitch personally accountable for that, because he was definitely part of Trump's echo chamber while he was pretty much up until January 6th. Like, that seemed to be the final breaking point. And like, honestly, and I'm not going to praise him for that because he should have broke long before it, but I'm glad he at least finally came around to his senses in some sort of fashion. And he's, so like, but it's just so frustrating when he sat there and just let all kinds of stuff happen that shouldn't have been happening. The confirmation of Amy Coney Barrett, downplaying that phone call, just all of it. And he's just been, whatever, stupid frog face looking. And now he has the audacity to say he hasn't gotten away with everything. Like, twice in a row, the Republican Senate has made the declaration that a Republican president can do whatever they want to when they're in office, and there will be no consequences while they are in office. They are fully protected for at least 4 years. And they can just go crazy and hope they die before they end up in prison. And that's a dangerous precedent. It really, really is, but that's the one we live in now. And while frankly the Republican Party just needs to completely it needs to rebrand, or there needs to, like, because what's left of it isn't Republican anymore. It's the party of Trump. They don't hold Republican values anymore. They hold Trump's values. It's like, I've used this analogy plenty, and I've heard it used by other people. There are, 40 some odd, I think it was 47 that voted to acquit. There are 47 some odd Republican senators in the Senate right now that if Donald Trump walked out his front door and said, "Today, I think the sky is green," they would defend that all damn day long. They would defend it knowing it's not true. They would, in private say, well, obviously the sky is not really green, but whatever. But publicly, absolutely it's green. Color is just perception, and anybody that disagrees with you is a left-wing nut job. That's what they'd be on Fox News talking about it. Tucker Carlson would, he'd eat it up about how blue has actually been green for years, and somehow it was the Democrats' fault because that's of course they want you to think the sky is blue. That's the color they chose for their party. You'll never see a red sky. I hate people. Like, I don't know if that's just customer service speaking, because I wasn't built for it. But just like, people are so fucking stupid. Just in general, they're so stupid. There can be smart individuals, but a group of people any larger than like 10 or 15, and even that's pushing it, are just the dumbest beings on the face of the planet when put in a group like that. They're so dumb. And they are disgustingly loyal. Anyway, I went on another 5 minutes past when I said I was done, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it for the night. I will see you all tomorrow.